Welcome to Thank God You're Not My Child. It's a comedy podcast where I talk about whatever I want to. I know, just another episode. But today is kind of weird. I watch scary movies. It's not a secret. If you remember my podcast or my producer of my podcaster is my Chucky doll. I've adopted him, and he was in daycare in my bedroom, and I just told the little kids, that he was in a car accident and they fixed him. I didn't think there was a need for anybody to know, little kids to know that. But then I started realizing because of this doll that there were some daycare kids that watch horror movies. And it just made me start thinking, you know, it, I know the first time I snuck out and watched a horror movie, and it was sneaking out. I was 5, and it was one of those big clunky TVs, and I remember it was there in Krebs, Oklahoma, and I the TV was probably 10 feet from my parents' bedroom. Oh, Lord. Yeah, so you had to be really close and hope that it wasn't shadows to wake them up and turn the TV on. And I remember I was 5 the first time, and that was something I wanted to do. Uh, I would like to say my parents had no clue, but we've talked about that. Uh, Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. But then I could not believe that there are people that let their kids watch, horror movies, and we're not talking PG-13 kind of. We're talking R, uh, knife in the eyeball. I mean, gory, probably sex too, and you know, but they're not my kids. Remember, so you've got to kind of respect whatever the parents want. And I remember when my kids were little. This is hilarious because there was a couple of shows I know I told my kids that they couldn't watch. Now, whether they did or not, not sure I knew everything, but we did not watch Simpsons or SpongeBob because I'd watched a couple and it just didn't feel right. I don't know if it was the cartoons being more like teen kind of cartoons. I don't know what it was, but it didn't. But my kids could watch. Do you remember the show? Maybe around 1990s, The Witches. The Witches. Remember how ugly the witches were? And if you've never looked up that movie, go look for it. I'm thinking it was like in the 1990s, and it's called The Witches. And I think they've remade it also. But my kids could watch that. But Lord, not The Simpsons or SpongeBob. I mean, okay, I look back now going, what the fuck was I thinking? It makes like no sense. And so, what do you rate your scale on of what your kids are allowed to watch? Uh, I thought I was pretty picky when my kids were growing up, but not sure now, thinking about it. So, that's a question I have for you guys. What's your scale? I've seen all different scales researching on this, and I don't think you can trust the ratings anymore. Ratings have changed over the years. Uh, G used to be really G. You could take a G movie, any G movie, and you could take it to to the school, and they could possibly play it. And now you might want to watch all the G movies because the ratings have changed over the years, and that's just weird. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know if I want my 7-year-old granddaughter watching horror movies, you know? First of all, I don't think she could handle it. She watches pretty cool stuff, but I don't think she could handle it. So that's one thing. But yeah, just And I don't think babies should watch any TV. That might just be sitting your baby in front of Mickey Mouse Club or those baby Einsteins. I just, I don't agree.